Hello guys, in this video we'll work with NPM packages with Dioxus using Rust. As part of a previous video, we discussed DOM interaction with Dioxus where you write vanilla.js and consume it in your Dioxus cross-platform application. If you haven't checked out that video, should be popping somewhere on right top. I highly recommend you guys to check out that video before moving on to this one. So once we open the doors of Dioxus, interacting with the DOM and directly consuming our vanilla.js, one might think there are tons of JavaScript libraries, NPM packages available on the internet. Can we consume it as part of our Dioxus application? That would just open endless possibilities of what one can build as part of the cross-platform application. And the answer to that question is yes, but how? We'll find out in this video. And trust me, as we discuss, this remains an open question on Dioxus community as of today. There are lots of people who are trying to consume NPM packages in Dioxus applications, but it's not straightforward. So this video is kind of first of its resource on the internet. So make sure you stick around and watch till the end. As we start, there is a link to my Discord in description. We are building a community of like-minded people where we do tons of discussions and share lots of tips and tricks. So make sure you join it. As part of this video, we'll consume Lodash NPM package, a library that provides helpers for arrays, strings, objects, and more. I choose a simple and straightforward NPM package for this video so you guys can grasp the process, and then it doesn't matter whichever NPM package you want to consume, the process remains the same. So you can just search here any package that you want to consume in the NPM registry. So I'll just consume this Lodash, and if we go to the documentation, so we can either use the CDN copies or we can install and use it. So we'll try all the ways, and we'll also learn why different ways don't work and what's the way that works. So let's get back to our ID and create a Dioxus project and get on with it. So we have a pretty straightforward Dioxus project, and in this project we'll just create a JS directory. So we'll just move to our JS directory, and inside our JS directory we'll just add let's say demo.js. Pretty straightforward. Now let's move to our Helix text editor, and as you guys can see, we have our demo.js under JS and we have a main rs. Now, first of all, let's clean up the default Dioxus hero component, and here we'll add our own component. So let's add our first dummy component, and we'll literally call this dummy. So element and component. Here we have a div, and inside a div, let's say first of all we have h3 that says npm plus Dioxus test demo component. Let's call it just a test component. And then let's say we have an input box, and we have the ID as input box and type as text, because we just want, let's say, a text input. So what we are doing in this component, in dummy component, is we'll provide user a text box. They can type anything, and then we'll give a button, and on click we'll show different casings of the text, and for that we'll use Lodash npm package. So the point here is just to show you guys with a pretty basic and straightforward example on how can we manage the interaction, because our focus of this video remains towards interacting with our npm packages. So right here now we have our input box, and let's say we have a signal. So let mutable text use signal, and right here we have string new, and then in our on change we would want to save this. So move event, and whatever the user keeps on typing, we would want to set it in our event value. So we just set the text, and let's have some button here, and button as an on click. So let's add the on click move, and event async, and right here we'll evaluate our JS in a minute. So how do we do this is document eval and await, and right here we'll just do unwrap or default, but we'll just use unwrap here. And here we'll just include our JS. Now there are multiple ways. Either you can copy paste all of your JS into this file, but that's something not clean. So we'll just follow the clean way by including the JS. So we go to JS, and there we have a demo JS file, and then we have a p tag. Let's say, let's give the text to the button as well. So let's say generate case, and the first one we have the ID as I would say camel case, or we don't need it right here. Let's not add it right here. Here we just add the text. So we say camel case, and then we add a span, and we generate the ID for the span that says camel case span, and right here is something that will basically display. Now let's copy this. Let's paste once for snack case, and another time we would want to paste it for kebab case. So we'll just stick with 3 case for now. Now let's quickly change it. So from camel case we shift it to snake case, and snake case span, and then same we do for here for kebab case, and kebab case span. Pretty straightforward. And let's kind of discard this event. So that's pretty much straightforward, and let's write out. So now let's go to our JS file. So we go to demo.js. So nothing fancy here. We just write bit of code to import npm package, and then we just provide all the casings. Now one might think that we can directly access our package from CDN, which is basically the link that we just saw on the official doc. So we just do something like this, and we just give the URL, and then we just modify. So what we do is document.get element by ID, and right here we provide the ID. So if you remember the IDs that we add to our span: camel case span, snake case span, and kebab case span. So back to our main demo, and right here we just add, let's say, camel case span dot text content, and here we just assign camel case, and we just pass the string. So the input basically, which is document dot get element by ID input box dot value, and this is literally what we have to do. The same thing for the 2 other case that we have. So let's quickly copy it and paste and paste. So let's add camel case span, and right here we just have a change which is snake case span, and then we have is kebab case. Now instead of camel case here we'll just use snake case, And instead of camel case here, we just use kebab case. Now these methods come from our NPM package. Now this approach of importing NPM directly from CDN will not work, but I just want to show you guys that why will not work, and we'll explain, and then what's the way that would work for us. So we have our demo.js ready, and let's get back to our main RS. So right here on top in your app, let's just use our dummy component and just write out. Now let's try to run our application. So we'll just do dx serve platform as desktop. We can build for web or iOS or Android as well, but I'll just stick with desktop for now. So we have our desktop build ready, and there is our first look of our basic Dioxus NPM demo component. But let's say if we write something here, maybe get messages, and I press generate case, it crashes. And if we go back to our terminal and scroll up, as you guys can see, it just results something and says communication fail or error receiving query. Basically it doesn't work. You can try out in any way that you want, but as you can see in your demo.js, now one might think, why is it not working? It's a correct JS code and it should work if we are passing it as a script, and it should get evaluated. But the problem is that with our Dioxus eval, document eval, it doesn't support any of these imports or require. All you can do is provide a vanilla script and it runs for you. It's not able to import those modules as of yet, and not able to get it working for you right that. So it just expects a script and make it work for you. So then how can we make it work? So move back to our demo.js, and now instead of using the CDN, let's get this npm package on our machine, like literally add it, and then let's see how does it work. So we'll use yarn as a package manager for a bit. So let's use yarn, and we'll just add our package. So cd to js, and right here along with our demo.js, we'll just add yarn init to add our package JSON. So as you can see right now, we have our package JSON and demo.js. Now we'll just add the load hash. So yarn add load hash. Okay, so now we have our load hash and our node modules, our yarn lock. So we go back to our text editor, and here we can see our package JSON. As you can see, we have our dependencies as load hash. Now what we do is we go back to our demo.js, and instead of getting it from a URL, what we can do is import directly. Now you can run on this on your machine, but this will also not work, because again we have an import of modules, and you can also drag these so what you can do is even drag these package JSON and everything to your asset file and try to access, but it will not work. So then let's come to the solution. What will work for us? So basically we'll use esbuild to bundle this JS file, and then that would extract all that is inside our npm package into the JS file, and then we can use that JS file. So how do we code? We'll just modify this file for our use case, and then we'll literally generate the file, save it in our assets, and from there we can serve it. So let's get into the hands-on. So let's move to a new tab, and right here we'll use esbuild. So for me it's already installed, and you guys can just do npm I esbuild. So once you have esbuild on your machine, so right here we'll just do esbuild, and we'll use demo.js bundle out file, and we'll generate it inside assets, and we'll name this as bundle .min.js. It's a minified version of the file, which is kind of a bit light on our machine and memory, and is recommended for the production use. So we do the minify and we run this. Okay, platform as browser. Okay, so it's there, and let's go to our assets. So cd to our assets, and there you go, you have your bundle main.js file. Now let's move to our helix, and right here we go to man, and instead of consuming demo.js, we consume the bundle. So let's just change this, and instead of JS demo.js, we'll just move to our assets and we'll use our bundle main.js. So let's write, and if you want to have a look at bundle.js, this is how it looks like, as you guys can see right here. So let's not go in those details, and let's try to run our app. So let's clean this, and here we'll just do dx platform as desktop. So back to our desktop UI, and let's say this time I type get main menu, and there you go. It's pretty fast. We are able to interact with our npm package, and as you can see, we just build it and we just use it. So similarly, if I change it to my menu, again we get camel case, we get a snake case, and we get a kebab case as well. So that's for this video, guys. We are able to consume our npm packages in our Dioxus application, and I hope you learned something new, and trust me, it's the first of its kind available on the internet. So share it with your friends, share it with your colleagues who are looking to use Dioxus but were blocked by not able to consume npm packages directly. So there we go. Now I'll catch you guys in the next video with another interesting topic. Until then, bye bye.